Ross Ride Sharing Company ARASA.ca என்ற இணையதளத்துக்கு சென்று The ARASA Drivers App-னை டவுன்லோட் செய்து டிரைவர்ஸாக வேலை வாய்ப்பை பெறுங்கள். மாதாந்தம் $4,000 வரை சம்பாதியுங்கள். வணிக நிறுவனங்கள் ARASA இணையதளத்தின் மூலம் மளிகைப் பொருட்கள் மற்றும் உணவுப் பொருட்களை விற்பதோடு வாடிக்கையாளர்களுக்கு டெலிவரி செய்யலாம். தமிழில் தகவல்களை அறியாளையுங்கள். GTA பற்றி 40 ஆண்டுகள் அறிந்து கொண்டவரும் வீடு விற்பனை துறை ஊடாக மக்களால் அறியப்பட்டவருமான சிவா பிள்ளை 416-854-0005 Taxi broker licensed by City of Toronto.
Recording
came
in progress.
from January 1st, 2023. Doesn't matter whenever the deal signed, doesn't matter the assignment or any reason. Whatever the property closed after January 1st, 2023, you had to hold the residential property for 1 year. Residential property, not commercial. You had to hold the residential property for 1 year. That doesn't mean you cannot sell. You can simply still sell, but the regulation saying if you the flipping property tax new law, if you sell the property, you had to pay for the tax for the full amount. The full amount you had to pay for the tax. That's the law came. Okay, if you the questions our agent asked me, they wrote to close a transaction this month. Even one of the agent called me for December, other agent called me for June, other agent called me for last March. Doesn't apply for the new law. Doesn't apply if somebody closed a transaction last year. The last whatever properties they closed last year, you listing and selling this year is as usual. There's no other changes. But this year law, flipping property, there are a few things. After January 1st, if you close a transaction, if you sell it within 1 year, you cannot sell is wrong answer. You can sell it as a realtor. What we need to know, how can we sell it question you have to ask me. Because we are realtors. We want to make money. If you sell it, what happened? The owner who have the property, he may need to pay the profit for the full 100% tax for the profit. Of course, he make money, he can pay the profit. You don't need to stop them to sell. In that case, you lose your deal. Second thing, the primary residence status. That's 100%. You cannot get the primary residence status to escaping the tax if somebody sell it within 1 year. Okay, that's one of the part. And other question for the interesting part. I met two broker records this week in one of the gala. Both of them doesn't even know. I'm not putting anybody down, guys, but both of them doesn't even know about the PREC Corporation, Personal Real Estate Corporation. They have no idea about the Personal Real Estate Corporation and the tax implication. We did the class, we did the training for many time for you guys, but still I'm seeing somebody's income. Last year income is over 400,000. They're still getting under the personal name. That's not everybody have a unique quality. If you don't understand. If you still don't understand about the PRC Corporation, that's not the training today. Send me the message, then I can do it after a few weeks. I can do this again. PRC Corporation, they stand for Personal Real Estate Corporation. Your income, whatever you make, you can get the money and the corporation and paying the lex taxes. And other question I received today. Before I go to my questions, Kannan said he wanted to talk 5 minutes, and I'm going to leave it to him 5 minutes and come back to the question after that. Kannan, you can go ahead and you can talk.
Perfect. Thank you, Uncle. Good morning, everyone. Pleasure to see you all. So Salvana just mentioned he met a broker record that doesn't even know what a PREC is. Gosh, you have to tell me who that individual is after this call. Okay, more importantly, just wanted to give everyone a little bit of a heads up of what's happening in the market, especially when it comes to the mortgage side, when it comes to interest rates and etc. Recently, we got some good news. Canada's inflationary rate is a little bit lower than what we've seen last year, late end of last year. So that's a good indication of where we're headed to. But just want to remind everyone at the same time with the good news, on the 25th of this month, which is next week, Wednesday, or this week following Wednesday, the Bank of Canada is going to be going into a meeting to talk about the rates. And most likely there will be an increase of 0.25% when it comes to the interest rates, right, from the Bank of Canada. What we're starting to see right now is some good information. Let's just say there'll be one more increase, possibly two more increases, about a short 0.25, but that's only affecting the variable rates at the moment. It's not really affecting the fixed rates. This week, I got an email from one of the VPs at TD stating that TD is allowing us brokers to purchase down rates for clients. So right now, this week, I have 2 approved mortgages for clients at TD Bank, and the rates that I offered them, I'm going to be reading this to you right now. The rates what I got them for a 5-year insured mortgage is 4.32. On a 5-year fixed insured mortgage, 4.32 I got them, 25 years amortization. And another client, I got them a 3-year fixed at 4.89. So we're starting to see rates in the 4% again, regardless of the potential increase that's going to be happening this week and possibly next month. So remember, there's agents out there like myself and many more that can help you try to bring down lower rates for your clients. So I think it's very important that you, speak to your clients about the opportunities and let them know that, there are favorable rates out there. One of the main reasons that we're able to buy down these rates is because the bond market is holding steadily. In the last 2-3 weeks, it's been holding steadily. So the banks are quite open to providing favorable rates. Another question that I've been hearing for the last few months now, and I think I addressed this on a podcast that I did with another agent before, but it was regarding variable and fixed rates. So if anyone that is going through renewals right now, even myself and my family, I get phone calls from past clients. All of them are starting to renew the mortgages since they're 5 years or 3-year or their maturity rate is coming up. My recommendation is stay away from the variable for the time being. And the best recommendation on my side would be to go for a fixed rate at a low term. So let's just say a 1-year, 2-year, even a 3-year term, go for a fixed up until we start to see decreases starting in the early 2024. Rates on a variable are still hovering around 6.2, 6.3, depending on the institution we're with. So I think we can definitely benefit the clients if we recommend a shorter fixed term. I got a 3-year fixed right now from BMO for a client, and that was renewed at 5.39. And depending on the institutions you're at, even though you're getting a 5-year fixed rate, it's really considered 2.5 years because there's a 6-month open payment option, right? Similar goes with other financial institutions. So if you have any questions, give me a call. I'll definitely help guide your clients or yourself navigate through these times. But right now, if you're going through any form of renewal, or since your maturities come up, go for a 1-year, 2-year, or if it's worth it, a 3-year fixed rate, rather than going with the variable, because rates are still going to be increasing for a short period of time. That's about it, Salona.
Thanks,
anyone
Kana.
has any other questions? Yeah.
Thanks, Kana. Just stay in the line because you can add other people who's waiting to come to the Zoom. But I'll come back to you for the last week you did. This week you did for the arbitration mediation. Maybe we had to touch base on that one to know everybody what we did and
definitely
careful on that side. But I'll go through the same line with the mortgages. You covered one of the mortgages somebody sent me, and other question I have here, the development charges question. As one of the agents sent me for the development charges, why the development charges is unknown factor until the closing date. The question is a wrong question, honestly. Okay, development charges. Then first, what is development charges means? The city, before they give the permission to build the units, either condominiums or houses, doesn't matter whatever we are building it some. One in that case, the city have a plan. For example, now for the city of Toronto, they have a major plan for the Garden Expressway and sewage system, and those so many things they had to do it, and the road expansion, traffic expansion. Then where the city going to get the money? They're going to get the money from the development charges as well as the property taxes. In this case, development charges is not unknown, but at the same time, when the builder, again my word, please careful, when the builder apply for the permit, if the city give the permission and they're saying, okay, you can build here, this is a detached house, how much is the development charges? If the city doesn't give the permit, builders start to sell in advance. In that case, what happening, the builder going for the estimated, he is doing the estimation, how much the development charge is going to be. Based on that one, they are charging one amount. the balance amount, they're saying whatever the development charges come, they are leaving to the buyer's shoulders for the full development charges. You can escape that one. That's a problem in our community. They don't take it to the lawyers right away. If we have a new construction, pre-construction or new construction, take it to the lawyer and let the lawyer read for the development charges, education levy, any other hidden numbers, and the lawyer can send the request to the builder and they can cap the development charges. I know Kanna and Bibi, they cap it for one guy for development charges only $5,000 to $8,000, but the people doesn't cap the charges. They paid $40,000 for the development charges. The question means, why is unknown? No, it's not unknown. Some builders say development charges, we don't charge development charges because we already have the permission. Already development charges they include. If the development charges is open, we have to go to the lawyer and ask them to cap it for certain amount. Okay. What I like to discuss this week, we have one of the case. Our agent sold the property, listed the property. We are on the listing side. We are listed the property. The client bought the property. There are some clients are very serious for each and every words. There is that particular client complain our agent to the RICO. The RICO case, there is no money involved, but RICO case complaint. Kanan wrote to the RICO case, and we won the case. After that, we went to the small claim courts. Now, when they were the small claim courts, we went to the mediation. Kanan was representing the home life future. Kanan, you want to give some points? What do you see in the small claim courts mediation for everybody, and the end we can give the advice which part we have to be careful in our side. Can you go ahead for a few minutes?
Yeah, most definitely. Okay, so perfect. This is a very good example of how when you work with a client and you work with them for many years and you're comfortable with the client, how a situation like that may work in your detriment. Let's just say in this situation, the agent, our agent worked with the client for many years, listed the property multiple times, it wasn't selling. So they got a little comfortable with updating the listing and listing the property, again and again. But a few things happened in between that time. The main complaint or the issue that we had here was there was misinformation or there was false information on the MLS listing when the buyers purchased the property. So the buyers claim here, although they've seen the property, although they had a home inspection time, although that they've seen the property before closing as well, they were stating that they relied on the MLS and the information the sellers and the listing agent provided on that MLS. So the clear part is in this situation, the buyers saw the property. They had a home inspection clause. They had a home inspector come in, but there's small issues on the MLS that the buyer was stating that they relied on. So when this case went to RICO, nothing happened to our agent. Our agent was in the right. The buyers had they had a home inspection. They had their own lawyer. They had their own real estate representative. They had more than enough time to review the property, to see the size of the rooms. There was a builder's documents provided with the exact measurements of the rooms, which rooms had how many windows. All of that scenarios was all provided to the buyers. So when it came to a RICO case here, we didn't have an issue. Our agent did not have any issues winning that case. Yes, there was misinformation. There was false information on the MLS agreement, the MLS and the APS as well. But what that meant was the agent only got a warning, had to do a couple of courses, no fines, nothing of that sort. So RICO case, we were fine. Agent had to do a couple of courses. Why? Because there was mistakes on the MLS, right? Now that buyer, knowing that the RICO case didn't go on his side that well, he went to small claims court, and small claims court. What he was argue against is for the false information provided on the MLS, right? Which was a breach. Ultimately, this case went up to settlement. The buyer wanted $30,000. From $30,000, they decreased to $25,000. The buyers wanted $25,000 in what's it called, damages. Ultimately, we went back and forth. Luckily, the judge was very fair when coming to this, based on the settlement. They clearly understood that the buyers had more than enough time to review the property. They had a home inspector, all sorts of structure on their end to make sure that the buyers were being given all the information necessary about the property. However, since our agent made a mistake on the listing, and the problem with some of our listings, or some of the agents that do a lot of listings, is that they get a little too comfortable. So what they do is, if their property was listed before, they copy the MLS, they copy all the details from that MLS, which does not work in your benefit if the previous person made a mistake. And you can't defend yourself by stating that I copied the previous MLS, because that's not a defense at all. You're supposed to do your own due diligence. You're supposed to do all of your homework before you list the property. A simple mistake like saying that the property is in a cul-de-sac when it's actually on a normal street is, makes you look silly. At the same time, you can say that, of course, the buyer should have known that it's not on a cul-de-sac, but if you make a statement on an MLS, it should be accurate to the best of your ability. Overall, the insurance, errors and omissions insurance, covered it for our agent. They were only out of pocket for the deductible portion, but that buyer won $11,500 at that settlement. So that tells you that, even if you try copying an MLS, and even if you think you have all the defense and it's common sense for the buyers, they have a home inspection clause, they have lawyers and etc. Even with all of that, they're protecting the buyers to make sure they get the right advice on their end. If you make a mistake on the MLS agreement, if your sellers provide you the wrong information on the MLS data information sheet, remember, you may be held accountable for that. So double check, make sure you do your stuff, and just be right with what you're listing.
Thank you, Kana. The team members, okay, we always learn something. I've been in the real estate industry, you guys know, over 25 years. Whenever you guys ask me, I always tell you guys, whatever in the MLS doesn't matter. Whatever the contract is buyers and sellers in the contract. And lawsuits are going to be with the buyers and sellers, what is in the purchase sale agreement. For example, all these years, that's what I told you guys. By accepting now, but at the same time, based on this case, the lawyer said, yes, the purchase sale agreement is the one buyer and seller agreeing. But if anything in the MLS, the clients go to the lawsuit, and they can, we are violating, the real estate agent is violating for the code of ethics under the real estate side. In that case, they can sue for the real estate agent for the claim. That's one going under the error and omission. Hope you guys understand what I'm saying. I always say that one, even though you're putting air condition, but there's no air condition in the APS. If somebody asks me, I said, okay, air condition is not there. Seller doesn't have air condition. Okay, agent by mistakenly put it in. In that case, seller is not liable. Of course, seller is not liable. Seller and buyers only agreement of purchase and sale agreement. But if we put it in the MLS listing, for example, say air conditioner, if they are going to the smoke claim courts, for the case agent, the settlement comes or the case trial comes, RICO is the one representing us. If any mistake, whatever we do, is RICO going to pay? In this case, RICO saying, yes, we are liable to pay for the buyer or seller if anything is wrong in the MLS. Careful, guys. MLS agreement is yours. But when you are doing if you are a busy agent, when you are doing of course, if there are errors and omission is insurance covering us, like a car accident. We are driving every day carefully. One day we having an accident, something like that. But what are we trying to say? But we sharing all the information to you guys. Yeah, you are listing. After your listing, don't rely on the office staff. Our office staff, you can see, that's it. Our turnover is staff turnover is very less for our office. I try to keep them for even some staff working 20 years and 12, 13 years. Many senior staffs are working in. I don't let anybody go. But the same time, can you mute Jesse? Okay, our staff is always enough experience and they're working there. But still, when the listing comes, please go and check your listing. That's what I would say. Please check the listing. Please check the listing and please check the listing and verify the listing. That's yours. That's yours. Anything's come. All right.
I have a quick question before we move on with this question. Sorry about that.
Sure. Go ahead. Yeah.
So when we say the measurements has to be done, like we did the measurements, but the measurements has to be verified by the agent or the buyer. Does that cover us, or that doesn't cover us either?
That doesn't cover you because the court judge asking you, then if the buyer going to measure it, what's your job? Why you are getting commission? I went to the court case. That's what they asking. But you can put that one. Buyer is responsible to check the measurements and all this one verify. But still, that's not enough. It's the particular APS go to the courts. They will ask you. You are a realtor. The seller is supposed to give the right measurement, or you are a realtor, you have to put the right amount. You put whatever you like, and you are saying, go and check it out with the buyer is responsible. No, doesn't cover.
Right, because there are some units, the laser ones, sometimes they give you error of 0.2% or something. So we do that, but then there's like 0.2% error, right? And 0.2% is not going to make their home a mansion, but some people can be very nitpicky about stuff.
Good, sir. You have to understand one thing. I was dealing with Revenue Canada more than any other auditors. Everybody is a human being. Everybody understands the human error as well as the ignorance. If you think you are following up the previous year's listing and you are closing your eyes and put everything whatever you like is different than 2% error. If you think you did your work and 2% error, definitely you are covered under the human side.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you.
That's the exact answer that I was about to give. So, in this case, we're talking about due diligence, right? You doing your homework before you put up the listing. So you going out and hiring another company to give you the exact measurements. Of course, exact is always approximate as well, right? So, if this, and let's just say this is the only issue on that case and it does go to small claims court, then the judge would be like, hey, you did everything possible on your end. If there's a, minor mistake by 2 inches or etc., that's not going to be held. You're not going to be held accountable for that. It's a very fair and just system. There wouldn't be any issues if that was the case. And initially dealing with this case, when I was writing the response to RICO, we knew what the flaws were on our side, but at the same time, we understood that the buyers had a home inspection clause. They had ample amount of time. They multiple visits to the property. So in my head, it was a clear-cut case when it came to RICO because our agent followed the rules and regulations. Although there were minor mistakes, overall we were satisfied. And RICO's response here was at the same time, there was minor mistakes. Overall, there's no fine, there's no nothing. There's just a couple of courses you have to do. But when it gets to course, what Salvana is trying to explain here, when it gets to court, and you're going through small claims court, the judge is going to be making sure that regardless of what RICO's mandate is, did you do your job as a professional and responsible individual as a real estate agent in representing the right property and the right information to the other party, right? So if you have, in this case, if you hire another company to get the exact measurements of the units, that's more than enough. But of course, the more mistakes on it will build up, right? In this, at the same time, I think I do have to explain to go a little further here. The buyers in this case, they wanted everything under the sun. Not only did they sue our brokerage and our agent, they also sued their own representative of Remax brokerage and the brokerage, the agent and the brokerage. They also sued their own lawyer. So this buyer, sued everyone under the sun to get as much as he can. But I would say this is, an outlier of a case. You don't see this much, especially someone pursuing all processes into the law to get something in return. You don't see many individuals like that. And the unfortunate part here was the seller was also sued. So the client that you are representing is also getting sued here. So it puts you in a tricky situation where you don't want to be. So at the end of the day, just make sure everything that you do and is as accurate as possible, and try to have the evidence behind it in case something does go wrong.
All right.
Thank
Now, any question anybody have so far?
Anna,
Yeah.
my claim closed the new house this month. They plan to
New house this month. Brand new house from the builder after January 1st.
Yeah.
Okay,
They
go ahead.
plan to sell next month. How many percentage tax, Anna?
Okay, can you repeat your question, Shan, again?
My client closed. They bought a new house this month.
Okay.
And next month they plan to sell.
Okay. Oh, okay. Your client bought a property after January 1st. They close the transaction from the builder.
Yes.
And they're planning to sell it next month. Okay, this is 100% coming under the anti-flipping deal. Okay, whatever the number one, whatever the profit they're going to make. Now we talking about the profit and loss. Whatever the profit they're going to make is going to be a business profit. It's not a capital gain. Even though they put the deal for 2-3 years ago, sign the agreement and pay the deposit and everything, more than 1 year pass and everything, doesn't matter. If they close a transaction after January 1st, 2023, and they don't keep 365 days, the property that's going to be under the profit or loss, they're going to show under the real estate category as a corporation or personnel is going to be a 100% profit. That means 100% profit means, Shan, all this time real estate is a capital product, then we are paying the capital gain taxes. But this is not a capital gain. This is an inventory. He's going to pay for loss and profit is going to be 100% taxes. Plus, if his income is less than $65,000 income, that profit, whatever he is going to show, he is going to pay for the Canada pension plan for that profit. The personal income is lower. Okay. The next part is a GST part. For example, if somebody buy the property after 2010, July 1st, subject to HST. Now everybody know the new homes, condos, whatever you buy, coming under the HST regulations. Okay, the time you buy, you have to disclose to them what kind of HST, what kind of usage you are going to make. For example, your buyer, Shan, he bought the property under what category? Is a permanent residence category or investment category?
Permanent resident.
Okay, in that case, he said he's going to leave that property and he's discounting the HST. He is giving his job to do, builder's accountant is doing the HST part, and the builder is discounting the HST for this particular transaction. I assume 500,000 now is the minimum price is 500,000. That's been $24,000 HST. If it is anything less than 450, HST ratio is more. The GST and PST together, I make it short, make it 500,000 worth of property. In that case, $24,000 HST already discounted for this particular buyer. And he is going to sell it. In this case, what is going to happen? Profit loss is one side. GST is other side. Whether he make profit or loss, doesn't matter the government side. GST portion, he said he is going to leave, but he is not leaving it. He is selling it. What happened when the GST audit, they will do the audit and they will ask him to pay the date he closed the transaction. He is using 24,000 government money, misleading information he gave it to the builder. Misleading information he gave it to the Revenue Canada. 24,000 worth of HST, he is using Canada government money. In that case, what will happen from the day of the closing and $24,000 HST, he has to pay back to the government of Canada plus the interest. There's no penalties here right now. So far, HST regulation, they are not charging penalty, but at the same time, they're charging interest. In this case, Sean, tell your client, He bought it as a primary resident, but he is not using it as a primary resident. He is selling it. Number one, he has to pay for the HST back to the government. Second thing, if we make any profit, the profit is subject to as a business profit. He has to pay for the 100% tax. Hope you understand, Shan. Anybody have any question on this field?
Business tax 100%.
Business tax 100% means, Shan, all this time, real estate transaction, we are paying the 50% of the profit as a capital gain. What, for example, in the easy language, I can tell you, your client bought it 500,000 and they're selling it for 550 and they're paying the agent commission for 20,000. Now just picking the numbers, 30,000 their profit. That means the 30,000, full 30,000, they had to pay for the tax.
13%?
No. Who told you 13% in Canada? Okay. Based on the tax, first 15,000 zero tax, 15,000 to 50,000 these days in Ontario. We can see around 21% tax based on the income. Based on the income, tax rate go even up to 52%, the highest.
Oh, thank you, Anna. Thank you.
Anyone have any question, guys? This area, but okay, I'm telling you guys, don't limit yourselves. Don't advise the tax advice. Tell them to go to the tax advice with the accountant. You focus the sale. Don't tell them don't sell it. If they want to sell it, they can sell it. You make your money. But their job to verify whatever the law is there. Don't start to advise. I am teaching you guys that's my job to do. But when you go, if the seller want to sell it, don't stop it. Tell him to do his due diligence with the lawyers and accountants, and you do your work. Otherwise, you will be a Buddha advising and come home. You list the property and sell the property, let him handle the tax part. Tell him to get advice. Don't give any advice. Giving as a realtor, your job to list the property and sell the property. Tell him to go to the own accountants and lawyers and get the tax advice. Otherwise you become an advisor and come home. Hope you understand what I mean. All right. Any question, guys? I want you to understand, but you don't need to stop all your sales. Even though they lose money, in case they can't afford, they lose money. The private mortgage is paying extra interest and they lose money. They don't pay any taxes because they are suffering loss. But the HST part is different. Okay.
So Selva, just one more thing, like you said. So first of all, he has to pay the GST, which he did not disclose. Now, if he makes a profit, the new anti-flipping law. So that means on the flipping also he has to pay the tax. Is that correct?
I want you to repeat the question again one more time.
Okay, so let us take the same scenario. So he bought for 500,000, sold it for 550, right? So in that case, first he has to pay that 24,000 plus the interest because he said I will be living in it. Now that 50,000 gets added to his, say for example, he doesn't have a corporation. So it gets added to his personal salaried income or whatever you can say. So that is where he's getting dinged. Now he made 50,000 profit. So the new flipping law, they said that there will be HST on the flipping. Where does that come into picture?
No. Okay, you are I understand your question, Gary. Thanks for the question. It's very good. Okay, we had to understand two HST here right now. Okay, when you buy any new product, government regulation, even you had to pay for the HST. But you are not paying the HST because you are telling the only, I'm talking about only HST side right now. When you buy the 500,000, that's including HST, except another 24,000 more. The real price 524,000. But you are telling you're going to live there, and you are telling the builder, I'm a regular Canadian citizen. I don't want to go to the accountants and do the HST part. You do HST part and get the refund. I'm going to live there as a permanent resident, permanent property. In that case, builder using his own accountant and paying the accounting fees and everything, they're doing the HST part. But you are not really going to live there. In that case, that HST is 100% separate. 100% separate HST. You have to pay for the HST 24,000 plus the interest. That part you understand, Gary? Everybody understand? That's we keep that separately because we didn't tell them upfront. Okay. Second part, we come to the profit. The profit is not HST. The profit only HST for the assignment transaction. The 500,000 property, we are selling it to 550 now. Say 550,000 is a profit after agent commission or whatever. 550,000 is a profit. That profit only go directly to the Income Tax Act and directly paying for the personal income tax if the property under the personal name. That not subject to HST. But if it is an assignment deal, the profit whatever he make, he has to pay upfront HST, and after HST also his profit going to be count. For example, if he making the exact same scenario, $50,000, if it is an assignment deal, the $50,000 HST including 6,500 or 13%, $6,500 HST inside. In this case, what happened? His profit, the lawyer has to pay on behalf of him, on behalf of the assigner, $6,500, and balance $43,500 only he is going to show CRA as a profit. Hope everybody understand this one, okay?
Yes, excellent. Yeah, so thank you so much for the class. So that extra HST is only for the assignment. If it's a regular deal, then no assignment.
Perfect. The regular deal, there's no HST involved. There's no HST involved. What are the profit come? We have to pay. But only thing, the extra is there. If that's going under the business profit, if it is going under the business profit, if any pension outstanding amount, for example, if the client's income is lower, say client's declaring only $40,000 income, and the real estate income is coming on top of that one as a personal side. In that case, up to $65,000, Canada pension also will be charged that particular profit, whatever we are declaring.
So thank you so much. One extra scenario from here.
Sure, go ahead.
Because these days there is the market coming down. Say for example there is a loss. So can he then deduct the loss too from his?
According to CRA, yes. According to CRA, yes, you can deduct the loss as a business loss. If you are going as a business loss, I was planning to tell this topic, but I stopped that one. Gary, you asked me. Yes, that's one of the selling point for the real estate salesperson. If any clients having all the paperwork in hand, there is no fake amount, all the real paperwork in the hand. If they lose money, that can go as a business loss, and they can claim that loss against the income, whatever they make can go, but definitely 100% this particular tax may go for audit.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Canada may take it to the audit in this particular situation, and they will ask. But only thing, if you go to the radar of revenue Canada, I'm not saying take advantage of the situation if you lose money and take advantage of the situation, but your question is 100% legal question. It's a right question. Any losses come, that's supposed to go as a loss. Profit come, we had to pay the money. Same thing, loss come, we had to pay show the losses too. But HST not subject to the any transaction for the personal tax return. That's entirely separate issue. But if somebody show loss, somebody show loss on the property and claim the income tax return, the tax return come with the business loss. They will verify the last 10 years tax returns before they issue the refund.
Excellent. And if somebody lost a deposit, technically that should also be part of the
no. But if somebody lost the deposit, that's kind of defaulting. Why they losing the deposit? They default. They make the agreement of purchase and sale with the builder, and they don't close the transaction. They're losing the deposit. That means that's their intention. They lose. Like that doesn't come under the tax return part. That's the real loss.
Okay. Thank you so much.
They are breaking the contract. The losses can be more. Not only the deposit. Maybe I know one of the case. The person already died. One of the Kannan's good friend. The person already died. The builder sued him. The case finished with the $450,000 penalty with the builder charge, the deposit plus the penalties. Those doesn't apply to the tax returns.
Thank you so much.
Anybody, the very good question, Gary. I really appreciate your question. So that's really good question. You brought it up, and very, very valuable question. Anybody have any other question? All right, then we can go to our side now. As I said, now today we're going to talk about how to run real estate like a business. The reason I picked that one today as a The last week we talked about the changes only. Today I picked the topic because the topic is covering so many sessions. For example, how to run real estate like a business. For example, that's mean our real estate is a business. That's the reason government of Ontario also considered us as a business people and giving even go up to the corporate level. Our income can go up to corporate level. That's mean every real estate agent, you have the license, you have to feel like you are running the business. Now, guys, what we have to do? How are you going to run the business? When I say how are you going to run the business, before we compare the business and your industry, we have to know from the scratch our business, our real estate industry, what we had, how do we go to get the real estate industry? For example, comparing the business, for example, somebody studying law school and become as a lawyer and want to start the law business or dental business, or medical clinic, or even grocery store or pizza store. A huge big capital is involved. And for example, they had to get the place, they had to pay the place, and they had to pay for the rent, they had to have the right location, and dental office, they had to buy the machineries from other countries, and they had to put the machines, and the medical office, they had to have their own setup, and the dental office is more expensive than startup course, and the professional legal office, they had to work 1 year or 2 years as an articling with a different law firm, and they had to know the law firm strategies. 1 year, at least minimum 1 year, 1 year or 2 years. Most of the lawyers go 2 years, free of charges. They go to the law firm and work. They're doing free of charges for the work every single day. Go to downtown Toronto and get learning. Guys, real estate industry. Once you have a license, don't expect millions in your hand. We had to learn your business. Then now here we had to go through one by one. After the course is finished, you have a license. You have a license in your hand. When you have license in your hand, what is the step you had to make it? Of course, nothing is equal to real estate business, guys. The energy I have 1995 when I went to the real estate business, the belief I have the 1995 when I went to real estate industry until now after 25 years, I had the same belief. Anybody can become millionaires. If I can do it, you can do it. Because the real estate industry, but you have to learn, and you have to, okay, that's what we're going to study. That's what we're going to talk right now. If you have a license, okay, first, I'm going to go to the scratch right now. We have enough time. We have to go to the scratch and say, what's the next step to do? You have a license. Either senior agents can be in this group, new agents can be in this group. Doesn't matter. The next step, what are you going to do? What is the next step to? Now, what's the next step you have? Everybody's thoughts. The first thing I always say, go and get a business card. When I say business card, that's a simple word. But how do you going to show your values? You have to put the efforts for your business card. How much money going to spend the business card? How much time going to spend the business card? How many, at least 50 business cards you have to go through and see how everybody having the business card. Go to the regular printer shop and get 50 business card with the smiling picture is not enough for you. That's the values going to be in the card. What the values you're going to give with your card? There are so many agents, especially the pandemic time, alone pandemic time, since 2000 and 2000 started 2000 and end of 2020, 21 December, around 30,000 real estate agents came because they stay home and they study. Okay, not everybody going to get success. Okay, why? Because we had to work on it. Now the first step, if we have a business card, this is the first step we always say. You want to introduce yourself, you have to have the identity. You are the one, I'm the one, I have the identity, plus I had to prove the card. Do your business card with a quality business card and spend the time, check everybody's business card. What kind of picture is suit for you? Big picture, smaller picture, standalone picture, left side picture, right side picture. Make a nice card. So second thing, once you have for example, second thing you have to see, you have to introduce yourself to everybody. You are not a secret agent, you are not a CIA guy, or you are not an undercover policeman. You are a real estate salesperson. Then when you go out, look at even McDonald's. Somebody getting the jobs for 15 years of age is a starting age in Canada. Somebody 15 years of age, you're going to start McDonald's. What they're going to give you? Uniform. If you are working in the taking the orders, they give the microphone and everything. They give you the training. The uniform is important part. What I mean here. If you are a taxi driver and Uber driver, there are so many stories, statistics showing. still country like England, conservative countries, they still go to the taxi drivers because of the uniform, clean taxis and the black tie and everything. Uber driver go with a regular car, even though it's cheaper, some people doesn't want to go. Then you have to show yourself with the dress code. As a realtor, whatever dress you wear it, and you can do it after you become success. After you become a top producer, after you become a not top producer is nothing. Sorry guys. After you make millionaire, after you make $1 million producer, and you go with the t-shirt one day, still you get the respect because you are known person. As a beginners, at least first 5 years, your dress code is very important. You are a salesperson. You have to wear the dress code as a salesperson dress code. Go to the hot countries, communist countries. The dress code is the one showing everybody. Look at the army personnels. Dress code is the one showing them as their category of the work. Our category of the work is sales. Then we have to have the dress code. We cannot underestimate the dress code. Second thing, third part, after dress code, wherever you go, you have to have the business card ready if somebody talk, and the dress code. And then what is the next one? Your knowledge. When you go to the Hamburg College or Oriya College, doesn't matter. What they teach you, what not to do. Any industry you go, not any industry, not medical industry, I can say that one. Mostly our basic industries, whenever you go, the regulation, especially the real estate industry, stick with the real estate industry. What they're teaching you, what not to do, what is the regulations are, don't get in trouble. These are the one. They never tell you how to make sales. Your daily planner, that's our job to do, our job to teach you guys. Your daily planner, daily activities, daily habit, what other books you're going to read. I never seen any other real estate courses they're telling you what other books going to read, what other mentors you're going to have, how many years do you have to have a mentor, what kind of mentors you need, the free mentors or paid mentors, how much money you can spend for the trainers and mentors. This all is up to you. Then you have to mark it out, whatever I'm saying. Okay. Next thing, you have to bring your knowledge up. How do you going to bring your knowledge up? Which field you going to bring your knowledge up? As a realtor, your knowledge base, whatever the license, until the license, whatever you studied, that's going to be in your table. If you need once in a while some clauses, you can go through and see it. Other than that one, you have to start from the beginning to get the knowledge. Real estate is a sales. In order to get the sale, what do you have to do? You market yourself. The product is you. Not only the product is a house, not only the product is a condo, product is you first, beginners. The product is you. You have to market yourself. If you have to market yourself, then what do you have to do? You have to read the books for marketing. You have to YouTube. There are lots of nice YouTubes are there. Then you have to go to the YouTubes, write it down, whatever I'm saying. Marketing. How to market yourself? How do you can sell myself? You have to know that part first. After the marketing, just you have to do the sales too. Then first year, second year, third year, mostly your time going to spend for the marketing side. And after that one, you have to start with the more on sales. Your knowledge is very important. Build your knowledge. The next one is most of them ask this question. Salvana, do I need to buy the brand new car? Yes and no, my answer. Okay, for example, usually I say no. Now I can say yes and no answer. Yes, because it's kind of prestige job. But at the same time, first test yourself. The vehicle is not important. For example, Coca-Cola can come with any design of bottles. Either can or smaller cans or bigger cans. Smaller cans are more expensive than bigger cans, but people like to buy the smaller can. Is look style, and the bottle can and everything. The taste is the same. You have to market yourself. What I always say, if we have a nice car, if we go for a listing, park in front of the house. If your car is a regular car, park a little bit further and walk in. Come on, man. The reason, what you need, but the same time, what you need for your car, clean. Like a taxi driver, you have to understand. I qualified for MBA in business or masters in chemistry, doesn't matter. You are doing a salesperson right now. You are doing your car. If somebody come in, clean. Every day you have to clean the car before you leave. That's important in your side. And keep a small water bottles in the car. I will tell you why is that one more detail. If somebody in the car, you don't need to stop it for yourself and everything. Smaller size water bottles are good to keep in the car, to give them treating the peoples and everything. That's you have to have it, okay. And once you are ready, this is the basic side. Second thing. Okay, for example, when once you start the business, everybody feel like I don't have any clients to show. I've been already 6 months. What you did for 6 months? Nothing. Then how do you get the clients? Then you had to have a business plan. Your business plan. Immediately you had to write the business plan. What kind of business plan? What kind of business plan? Your business plan must include your age group. Your age group means who is the one you're targeting clients? Who is the one going to be your targeting clients? Okay. If you are early 20s or mid 20s, mostly your behavior and everything is much easier to do with the youngster peoples than the older peoples. If you are starting up the real estate business in the mid 40s, you can handle both. If you are starting the real estate in the mid 50s, you may be like for the older generation group rather than the younger generation group. Okay, based on that one, do your marketing. Which group of people is going to be your target? Your target group, which kind of people? What kind of product you're going to sell? Product is going to sell based on the age group of the people. The age group of the people, if you are targeting the young age group of the people, the product is going to be pre-construction. They're not going to be buy the estate house and live there. No, they can't afford. The younger people going to be the pre-construction and the townhouses, smaller houses, and those kind of things. Okay, then market those kind of area. If you are dealing with the older age group people, 50 plus group people, yes, they're going to buy the builder's house. This one is the income range. Income range is very important. What kind of income range people you have? Whether some people come from as a new immigrant, come from a different country with a big chunk of money, or if somebody started the job with the degree of master's degree and starting $80,000 a year for the downtown Toronto husband and wife, 150 they're making money. Definitely you can even imagine right away what they need, what kind of product they need. Income range is one of the important part when you are doing your marketing. Then you can start the beginning. You can work with both sides, buyer side and seller side. Buyer side and seller side. After that, you can slowly move into you want to go for a listing more or buying more. First, when you start real estate, go with focusing both sides, listing side and buying side. And what you have to understand when you read the books and do the marketing, real estate, what are the things you need to know in the real estate industry? What are the pillars going to stand the real estate industry? For example, prospecting clients. Your clients is the one your main target. You want to bring the clients in. Any field, any business. You want to bring the clients in. Then what you need to do? Your friends and family, young uncle, auntie, and sisters, brothers. That's a small group of people. Just if they come to you, that's an asset for you. But don't expect too much about them to come to you all the time. Okay, but you have to target for the outside peoples. Then only you can win the field. You can make certain amount of money. To doing one transaction or two transaction and doing that one doesn't call real estate. You can do real estate and make some money, extra money. But if you want to go higher, you had to have at least pick 5 pillars, 5 different methods. Pillars means different methods. You want to run this real estate industry. In this case, what is one of the time everybody carry the newspaper everywhere and read the newspapers, and even the train flight and everything, you buy the books and go. I even remember when my young age, when I go to when I travel the train, I buy the newspapers or small books to go buy and read. Now what is that? Phone. Everybody looking for the phone. In that case, the database, social medias, database, Instagram, TikTok, those are the one is important to promote yourself. Do the electronic marketing. Learn the electronic marketing. Is not hard. Any age group of people. If you don't know, you don't know. If you want to know, easy to know. That's the only one I would say. Any field you are in, if you limit yourself, I don't want to know this one. TikTok is hard. Instagram is hard. Facebook, different age group of people are looking for. Doesn't matter. Do whatever you want to do. At least do something rather than talking. If you do something, there's a results going to be there. Instead of you complaining and you don't do it. You had to involve. First, I would say right now, I want to pick the first marketing is a social media marketing and electronic marketing, guys. That's very, 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 very important. Second thing, as a brand new agent, you got the license only last week, okay? But you had to put your face. If you want to come and get the picture, everybody you came to our office front, everybody with the logo is there. You come and get the pictures with the logo. and show yourself as a realtor. Come to the training center. We have all the banners are here. Get the picture and promote yourself. I started real estate. I need wish me good luck. Send the message and see today. I started real estate last month. Wish me good luck. How many good luck message you going to get it? And that's the way you are telling everyone you are a realtor. Or else change your profile picture and put it in. Everybody without looking, they put like for you. But that's the way you're promoting free of charges. Free of charges, you're promoting yourself. Electronic medias are very important. Second thing, create the database. Why? You have to inform one shot for everybody. For example, now new builder is opening some new project in anywhere. Even I seen it last 2 years. Even our agents sold up condos in Calgary and made money. Calgary, even out of province, they get the referrals. You don't need to go that far. I am saying any Kitchener, Waterloo, Blue Mountain, Ottawa, any area, builder is building it. They're sharing the commission. One shot, you can send it to everybody. How? You need to have a database. Everybody you are dealing with, friends, families, all the people you are dealing with, put it in the database. Create the database. If you don't have a database, you have to think yourself. You are a loser. Write it down and a piece of paper and put it in the mirror and say, I started real estate 5 years ago. I don't have a database. And put the question. Don't put loser. I don't want you to see that one every day in the morning. Just put the question. We have to have a database to market ourselves. Okay, for example, create the database. After you create the database, what are you going to do? Every 2 weeks, you have to send some information out. Informations are available these days. Even as I said many times, even the paper reporters, they started the paper, they are not writing. They don't even know how to write. They cut and paste from English papers and Tamil papers. Okay. In your side, every 2 weeks, send out some information. All the banks, every Friday, if you go and check the bank website, they are giving the economic updates. All the major 5 banks, you can get the economic updates. Toronto Real Estate Board, monthly basis, they are giving the real estate statistics. If it's good for your marketing only, if it is any bad news, don't put it in. And plus, look at here, interest rate going to be changed. Just kind of said 25th coming Wednesday. Okay, you had to say good news. Even though interest rate is go, you have to send them a good news. The Bank of Canada only increased 0.25%. That means in the future they're going to stop or they're not going to increase more than 0.25. It's a good news. Inflation came from 6.9 to 6.3. It's a good news. We had to send the news out to people. That means they know, they understand. You have a knowledge about not only showing the house and making the offer and sign here and finish it up. You have the knowledge, you are sharing it. That's the way you have to keep the database. Number one, guys, the social media marketing. Second thing is the database. Even though you started last week, don't think I don't have a buyer to show, I don't have a seller to seller. And do the farming. Farming means make the flyers and door-to-door houses. Just put it there. As a brand new agent, you started 2 weeks ago. What do you think? What is the best place to do? Condos. Why condos? Condos are big building. You standing only one place. You whoever come out, you can give out their hands. Wear the suit and your home life pin and everything. Stand there. You are going to targeting the buyers, sellers, and lease. Don't forget the lease. Lease is an easy one. Then you can, if somebody living in the condo and they want to move out to a different place, they said, are you doing lease? Oh, of course, yeah. They will ask you if any lease is there. Look at the MLS. If any lease is there, you can give it to the lease. They want to move. The best place to do for the brand new agent, go to the places. Where is the condos are? Where is the condos are there? Fridays evenings, different days, not Monday to Thursday. Friday is the best day to go. Thursday, Friday, you can go there and stand there and give out 2 hours flyers. Continuously you do it. Then only you get it. For example, if you want to learn to run or learn to swim, if you go only one day, you only watching every day other people. If you had to start to do it every day and continuously do it every day. Real estate, guys, don't forget, real estate is a system. The system only works if you do the same thing again and again every day. When you can look at the grade 1 kids or grade 2 kids go to the math class. Even Kuman is one of the famous one. Now is many things in there. What they do, they are giving every day 3 plus 2, 3 plus 2, 3 plus 2. But why? They won't, even though the same math, you have to do it and practice. Then you go to the 2 digits, it's easier. Same thing if somebody want to run 100 meters, they are running every single day 4 years. to go to the Olympic. You had to do everything same day. Two times you go to the condo, in front of the condo, and give the flyers out and come and say, I give the flyers 2 weeks. Nobody called me. Whose fault is that? It's your fault. Okay. Today we are in the category how to run like a business. I'm telling you from the beginning what you had to do it for this one. What you had to do to get success. Okay. The farming side, giving the flyers out, door-to-door house farming, beginners, you don't need to do. Go to the condos or go to the apartment building. Go to the apartment building. It's an amazing time to target the buyers. The price went down, guys, 20% or more. This is the right time they buy. Even mortgage rate is high. It doesn't matter. Even can I get the good news today? You can even get the mortgage, fixed mortgage by 4.4% plus. I saw it last week. Kiddy Bank is offering 5.24 for the fixed mortgage, the 2 years fixed mortgage. Mortgage is only 5%. That's not a high. They can tell them to get the lower mortgage and keep the house for 1 or 2 years and flip it later on. They can change the mortgage later on. Okay. And look at the positive side. You are a real estate agent. Even anti-flipping law, the client is going to pay the profit. That's their problem. You stick with your duties. You stick with the duties. Okay. List the properties. They can cancel with somebody else. And other things, guys, as a new realtors, you have to make how do you want to introduce yourself? Introducing yourself is important. How are you going to introducing yourself? It's very important. Okay, for example, before introducing yourself, business plan. Every single one of you have a daily planning. Daily planning you should have. Otherwise, you go out. You can work and you can make over 100,000, 6 figures in the workplace and everything. You study it and become a real estate agent. You are a part-timer, but you have to have a business plan. Business plan, you don't need to sit down and write like a newspaper. Business plan is enough for you as a daily schedule. What you're going to do daily schedule. For example, what time you're going to wake up. Nobody going to stop whatever you're going to wake up. Even yesterday, I sent one of the, I didn't send it to the social group anyway. Okay, even yesterday I saw something. All the CEOs, most of the CEOs in US, 100 CEOs, nobody wake up after 5 o'clock. Everybody waking up before 5 o'clock and doing their duties. Nobody control what time you wake up. And the same message I saw it yesterday. I can post it today for the. I'm going to send it today for you guys after the meeting in the Homelife group and social group. You can read it. And some CEOs are making millions, a few millions, and they are reading 60 books a year. How many books you are reading it? When was the last book you read? What topic you did? Very question yourself. Write it down, question yourself. Am I in the right path? Am I reading any books? Am I wake up early? Or I may wake up late and giving some excuse for yesterday's party. Okay, guys, our success is in our hand. Our success is not somebody's hand. Nobody can give you success. Nobody can give you experience. You had to earn it. You had to earn it. You had to earn it. That's the one. Okay, your business plan. Put the time, what's the time you're going to wake up? Why you need a business plan? First of all, that's a guide for yourself. You need to have a guide. We have addictions. Everybody, we have an addiction. Good addiction, bad addiction. Bad addiction is someone only blame from other people. Good addiction means drinking too much coffee. I am not saying the good addiction for drinking too much coffee, but some addiction doesn't hurt anybody else. In that case, nobody cares, including yourself. If you start to wake up every day at 8 o'clock, waking up 6 o'clock is a very big thing. If you are waking up every day, say 6 o'clock, waking up at 5:30 is nothing for you. What I am saying, guys, business plan is your guide. That guide is supposed to be in your washroom mirror. That guide. One piece of paper, half a page of paper is enough. Your wake up time, how many hours you're going to do your reading the books, what are the books you start to read, when you're going to finish the book, how many books you're going to read for every year, how many hours you're going to spend in the MLS listing. I know very sad way. I heard when some agent doesn't go to MLS until the clients come and ask. Can I see I want to see some houses. If you are a real estate agent, be honest with yourself. If you are selling the property in Markham, you should know how many listings today morning at the Markham. At least 1 or 2 can be different. If you are doing the Durham, you cannot go more than 2 or 3 listings as a variant. You should know. That means you are on top of everything. You are doing your duties. Okay. Business plan is a guide for you. You have to write it down. How many hours you're going to do your physical exercise, and mental exercise, your energy. How many hours do you go to the prospecting? How many hours do you going to spend the time for real estate industry? What is your schedule? What are the days you're going to spend the time for the updating your database? Write it down, guys. Business plan, you don't need a book and books and books. What is in your mind? But every single one, you had to have a guide for yourself. Otherwise, you are a loser. Write it down and put it in the mirror and follow that one. But Mike Ferry's word is an amazing word. Last many years, I'm hearing from them. Once you make the schedule, nobody can change it, including yourself. Why? Including yourself is more important. You are the one postpone yourself. You are the one give yourself a reason. You are the one give yourself more excuse. Make a plan and put the plan in place. Every day follow the plan. That's what more important. Real estate, guys, again, same word I'm going to repeat. Real estate is a system. The system you develop is important to get success in your side. I'm going to go through the comparing the heading I send you guys. How are you going to run your business like? How are you going to run the real estate like a business? How are you going to run the real estate like a business? Okay, for example, reason again, if you open the professional office, if you open the law office, you had to start 9 o'clock and finish at evening 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, people's working there. Even grocery store, 7 to 7. The Rich Dad Poor Dad. Everybody, you guys read the book, Rich Dad Poor Dad book. The Rich Dad. Who's the Rich Dad? 7 to 7. 7-Eleven owner. He started from 7 o'clock and finishing at 11 o'clock, guys. How many hours? Your basic math. 14 hours a day the store open. 7-Eleven. How many hours are you going to spend real estate industry? You had to look at that one. Okay, for example, how are you going to start real estate like a business? Okay, for example, first I'm going to go through the guide. First of all, based on your business plan guide, how much money you want to make. You can have 100 reasons. Money is power, but at the same time, money is not everything. I need my family. I want to stick with the family. Okay, say stick with the family and be poor. I'm not saying that one, but saying what is your priority? What is your goal? You can spend it with the family for 24/7. That's very good, but don't think you don't make money in real estate industry. Your goal set is your goal set. If you think I want to stay with the full time, I want to stay with the family, that's more important for me than anything else. Be there, but don't complain about anything else then. Okay, if you want to succeed in real estate industry, if you want to have millions, you want to make millions a year. If you want to have millions in your hand, just put the plan and spend the quality time. Spend the quality time with everything, quality time, efficient time with every little things. Okay, but that's make more sense than unquality time with spending more in anything else. Okay, even the marketing or doing anything. Okay, for example, guys, if you want to work 6 days a week, that's fine. It's up to you. But I did work 7 days a week until I reached my goals. Until I start few business, I work 7 days a week, not 6 days. Last 2 years only, I'm taking Sundays off. Not under that one, 7 days are equal. Sunrise and sunset. Why not? You had to put your mind like that to work years and years. It's easy to, if you work when you are young, if you work harder, when you get older, you have more money in your hand. You have to feel that way. Okay. How many days is your business plan going to be? 6 days, 7 days is up to you. Say, if you want to say 6 days, it's fine. Fine. The 6 days, how many hours are you going to be? Don't they? I have too many relatives. I have a party on Saturdays. Just to go to the party for half an hour and handshake and leave rather than sitting there the whole day. That's all up to you. Time management side. Okay. But don't give any excuse. We don't need to hear any excuses. Only thing we need, whatever we need to do, we have to follow our path. Okay, that's an important part. All right, how are we going to run like a business, guys? Okay, we'll go through one by one right now. Comparing any business. Anybody want to come out and say which business you want to compare it? Business or convenience or professional law office, doctor's office, dental office. Which one you want me to pick? Someone come out. Which business you guys want to pick? Hope everybody listening. All right, I pick one business, like one dental office. Okay, I pick one business as a dental office. Okay, education side. The dental office, the dentist studied and did the practice with somebody else. before she start. You studied, okay? The study part is over, but that's not enough. You had to keep studying for real estate industry, daily activities, reading the books, seminars, go to the seminars and go to the YouTube in a different category, different category. The studies before the real estate business, the other business people, they finish studies and starting it. Real estate business side, it's not enough. Other business also they are upgrading. In that case, education is important. You had to allocate good books to read for every month. You had to allocate, go to the seminars. You had to allocate whatever you want to listen for the YouTube and other videos. You had to allocate for the listening presentation side and the vocabularies, business vocabularies, everything, that's your side. Experience. Nobody can give you the experience you under the business side. You had to get the experience. Once you have a business, you had to start to get experience. How are you going to start to get experience as a new real estate agent? Okay. Saturdays, Sundays, visit the open houses and see other agents. But this is how we go in open houses, then visit and see the properties, how the properties look like, what the property structure, how the other agents are doing the open houses. That means you are spending the time for the real estate industry, for the listing side. Buyer side, find your friends, find your family members, buy the coffee and make an appointment and go and see the houses. That's the only way you can learn. You cannot sit home and get experience. You have to go out and get experience. In this case, as a new realtor after work, say you're a part-timer after work, at least 2 days, 3 days a week, find a friend and go and see 3-4 houses in a different area. In that case, you are engaging yourself until somebody calls. If some agents call me and say, I've been in the industry for the last 5 years, this is my first deal for selling the sale of business or different thing. That's whose fault? It's your fault. The army is the army camp. Say, there is no war, I don't know how to shoot. That's kind of message I sometimes get. You had to involve, then experience as a brand new agent. Take somebody and go with the friends and families and get experience. And ask as a new agent, you want to learn listing. Send the messages. Send the message to our group. Even I'm available. If anybody have a listing, if you want to do open houses, I will come and help you out. Somebody every day you send the message, you will get from different area, different agent. Sometimes they may take advantage of you, doesn't matter, but you learn. That's what you need to do. And business plan with other business and you. For example, as a dental office, their business plan, they may sending out the players to the clients, and they can say how many percentage we are going to cover the insurance and our hours of opening. Of course, public business peoples, everybody come from work and come to the dental office. Then dental office, they want to keep it open in the evening, night until 9 o'clock. They have more business than only open in the morning time. Anything you have to make it convenient for other people. The same thing. You have to do the same thing too. And your business plan supposed to have a 2 plan: short-term plan and the long-term plan. Short-term plan, what are you doing now and what are you going to do other 6 months. Long-term plan, how much money I'm going to make, what are the industry I need to focus. That's going to come in the long-term plan. Long-term plan, what are the industry I'm going to make. I started with the condos and the regular townhouses and selling it now. Maybe my long-term plan, I want to be involved for the farmland. I want to involve for the development land. I want to be involved for the waterfront cottages. I want to get involved for the custom built houses. Maybe that can be longer term your business plan. What you're going to do, and longer term plan, who I can get as a partner to work with. How can I create the team? These are the long term plan. How can I create the team? How can I get involved for the builders? You had to have a plan, and you had to write the plan as a guide, and you had to follow those ones. And the next to the business plan, and comparing for the business, regular business, they have an opening ceremony. Either law office, dental office, or grocery stores or restaurant. They have opening ceremony. Why they have an opening ceremony? If somebody is making, for example, is a dental office, if the renovation people is coming and doing the renovation slowly. If we have a date, I'm going to open this January 14th is a Pongal day, I'm going to open it. Just you will try to push yourself, finish it up and start. You had to have a schedule to do certain things. Opening ceremony means for any business, you are telling yourself a guideline. That's been opening ceremony. As a restaurant business, grocery store business, before you the day of opening, you have the self, you have the people's to work, you have the inventory, you ready to go. Same thing, what is the opening ceremony for your real estate business? Having the business parties. I would say having the business party is one of the important part. Any age group people, if you are a youngster, take your friends to the nice restaurant, pick at least 50 people. At least you start with 50 of your friends. And the regular, if you are the mid-age peoples, call your like a wedding or party. You have a group of people who come to the first circle and who come to second circle, who come to third circle. For example, your wedding, you call 500 people. Your reception, you calling only 200 people. You are eliminating the people, important and non-important. Same thing, the business plan, your business party, you can see who can be the potential buyers, who can be the potential sellers, who can be the potential investors. Today's standard, investment is more important than anything else. Then you can pick the people who can invest, who can understand the market drop for 20%, 30% market drop. Who can take the advantage and buy the product right now. And even though mortgage is higher, who can buy it and hold it for another few years and refinance it. So something like that, you have to have your mindset like that. And calling the business party, before you start the business party, what is your job? You have to bring your knowledge higher and learn. But you can talk to the business party and calling the people in the business party and introducing yourself. I became as a realtor. I'm specializing in which category? I'm specializing in investment. I am specializing in cottages. I'm specializing in farmland. You're going to talk about that one. And what are the changes happened for the last 2 years in the real estate industry? Bring your knowledge up because you have a licensing. You cannot have, without knowing anything, just to show the condo and ask them to sign one place and give it to the office to sell and go to the mortgage broker to get the mortgage and close the transaction. You cannot success the real estate industry over the certain limit, guys. Every single day, I feel like I'm in the best industry, I'm the best country, I want to make million. Your dreams supposed to come in the millions in the night when you sleep. That means you are thinking about those ones, okay? And comparing the real estate with your business, accounting side, okay? As a business guy, he have an accounting without the cashier machine, cash registry, he can't start the business, any business. Same thing in your side. You have accounting in place. You have to, what are the money you're paying and what are the money you're getting back? What is the kind of car you have? What are the write-off you are doing in the car? What are the write-off you are doing in your licensing? What are the write-off you are doing in, what are the not write-off? What are the amount you are paying for the newspaper ad? What are the marketing ad you are doing it? Who is the social media marketing guy? You have to have an accounting yourself. Even though you don't need to buy a big accounting program, at least go to Excel and make it 5-6 pages in the Excel. Everybody know Excel. If you don't know Excel, that's a shame. Go and learn. Very basic is an Excel. But at least put in your account. That's like comparing the business. In that case, when the end of the year comes, you have to have some records. How much car payment you did, how much gas you did, how much money you spend for the marketing, how much money you make. You have some guidelines, okay? And next for the compare the business, how many hours you going to operate your business? Again, is your guidelines. How many hours you going to operate? Who your targeting clients? Everything is you guys. Write it down, please. For example, you are a real estate agent. You want to get in success in the real estate industry. You are success in the real estate industry. Please make a guideline for yourself. Again, I'm coming back to the guidelines. Do whatever you're supposed to do, write it down. Whatever you write it down, you must follow. Don't give any amount of time for yourself not to do things. Okay. And I have an interesting question. I'm going to read that one. That's going to be mixing with this meeting today. January 3rd or 4th, one agent sent me, why real estate agent fails? It's an interesting question. I forgot to talk about this last class. Why real estate agent fails? If somebody calling me, there is a competition for the swimming competition. If I go and participate, what do I do? I definitely fail. Why? I don't know how to swim, or I don't know I have no practice. Same thing, guys. If we have a real estate license, what are you going to do? Success, if you believe God is very fair. Whoever work hard, he gets success. Luck, some people's call is a luck. Luck is works only little part of your life. If somebody work hard, yes, you get luck. Even scientist stories. Take the scientist stories and read scientist stories. So many scientist stories you can say they are lucky and they saw that's happened. Why? Without doing the research, they don't get those luck. If you work hard, if you're meeting 100 people, if you are lucky, you may find a guy, he will say, I'm out of the house, I have a problem with the parents, I came out with my wife, I want a house next week. This is called luck. You can seal it in 1 week time. But your hard work is supposed to be hard work. You had to work hard, guys. Then only you get success. The real estate agent send me why real estate agent fail. Okay, I'm going to go through his side. I'm going to go through his side. Why real estate agent fail? Yes, the way he studied real estate, everybody thinks easy money coming in. The concept is easy. That's the concept is look like an easy concept. Somebody's house you're selling to somebody else. Then why you want to have enough knowledge? Yes, but at the same time, somebody's house, somebody is selling, but you have to pick the right clients. How are you going to pick? That's your marketing. That's your prospecting. If you don't do that one, if you have a license and you complain real estate, I have a license for 2 years, I don't sell in one house. But those kind of people, what they do, they move to other franchises and pay monthly fees and come back again afterwards. What they are saying, why some real estate agent fail? You are not doing your homework. If you're not doing your homework, you fail in real estate industry. If you don't do your homework in your math class, you fail your math. It's a basic one. Everyone, we have to do our job in order to get success. In order to get the success. Why real estate agent fail? Because you are not following. You are not doing. You are not reading books. You are not looking MLS. You are not looking the seminars. Whatever you do, maybe you are not. We know mostly the problem is adults. We know what we had to do, but we are not doing it. You start to do whatever you're supposed to do. And other questions somebody sent me about the mortgage side, that's kind of already covered. Variable mortgage, fixed mortgage, what is a good mortgage at these days? We have to do. Okay, somebody asked me about the private mortgage. Is the private mortgage is good at this time? The interest rate is high. Guys, who asked you to go to the grocery corner store to buy the water bottle? There's a, if you want to buy the water bottle, go to the major store. You buy for $2, $1.99 or $3. 24 bottles, you can calculate 25 cents a bottle. If you go to the gas station, you pay $1. Who asked you to go to the gas station to buy regular water bottle for 1 year? $1. Because you are lazy. You don't want to go to the store. Same thing here. I'm not saying you are lazy. If we are not qualifying for the income wise, you bought a bigger house, you are not qualifying. You already have the job and you lost the job maybe. And already you dreaming life is easier. But private mortgage is very important. Answering your question, private mortgage is very important to cover your deposit. You need to pay extra money to cover your deposit. Otherwise, builder take the deposit. In that case, go to the private mortgage. But don't advise anybody. I have a place, I can go to the private mortgage and you buy the house and live with your family. That's the wrong advice. Every product is there. Every product is there based on the importance of that particular product. You have to go to the product if you need that product. Why the same mother companies having a different stores? One of the time, Hudson Bay company having 3 stores, Eaton's, Bay and Simpsons. Then they reduced it. And now another example I can say, Loblaws and No Fruits, same mother company. Why? They attracted different people. They want to sell different product to different peoples. In your side, private mortgages are important, guys. Who can close the transaction with one single day? Our big corporation can close it within one single day if we are in trouble. We did within 3 hours for some closing. This save client your commission as well as the client's deposit. Private mortgages are good, but depends on the situation. And that's it for today, guys. We are close to 11 o'clock. If you have a question, ask me. And now I have the time to go to the chat box. If somebody send me some question in the chat box, I'm going to read that one now. All right. Can you tell us extract issue? Maybe he sent me very earlier. Can we tell us extract issue for the RICO case? Maybe that's kind of already explained. I can see GOP go up only the short name. If you need more, please come out and talk to me. Second thing, Vijay. I think the hard listing it was mentioned cul-de-sac where it is not. Okay. Everybody make mistake, guys. Without mistake, we don't have a life. listing can become the mistake, but double check the mistakes. But yes, this is without 100%, nobody get 100 marks. A plus 90 marks, A plus. Distinction 80 A plus. In that case, we make mistakes, but careful and correct the mistakes. Nobody going to have 100% genuinely. 100% we know nobody going to have 100% accuracy. If we have 100% accuracy, we don't need to be this field. Everybody has to be rocket scientist in NASA now. The next one is thank you very much, Elvana. Okay, nothing is important in the chat box today. Okay, guys, we will see you next week. We will see you next week for the work with the buyer, because now it's a buyer's market, and work with the buyers, buyer's market, and work with the investment side. We'll talk about the work with the buyer, the investment real estate. I'll go to the investment real estate maybe next week to talk about how do you can advise the clients to buy more and more in the real estate industry for the investment side, real estate investment. Okay. Last chance. Anybody have a question? Thanks, Kanna, for your mortgage advice, and the same time your court case summary and everything. Thank you for participation. We can meet next class. Thank you.
Thank you, Selvana.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
Thank you, Selva and Kanan.